What is good, Ninja? OG over here from PlayerEssence, and welcome to their PE Nintendo Switch and gaming news video. Today we got some great information for you guys, so let's go ahead and get right into it. ICEY is coming to the Nintendo Switch. So ICEY, you're probably asking yourself, what is this game? Let's go ahead and go over the overview here so we can find out a little bit more about this title. So ICEY is a 2D side-scrolling action game. As you follow the narrator's omnipresent voice, you will see through ICEY's eyes and learn the truth about her world. Alright, you caught me. This isn't really just a simple 2D action game, and you won't be seeing through ICEY's eyes, nor will you learn the truth about her world, says the narrator. ICEY is a metagame in disguise. The narrator will constantly urge you in one direction, but you must ask why. Why am I following his directions? Why can't I learn the truth about this world and ICEY's purpose here? Fight against his tyranny and uncover what's really going on for yourself. In fact, you can become ICEY and let loose the shackles on your own identity. You are ICEY and ICEY is you. If you want it that way, feel free to keep hold of your own self if you wish the truth. You see, ICEY, ICEY. So here are some of the features. Fast-paced combat. Crush enemies in the palm of your hand. Attack, dodge, counterattack. Do not hesitate. This is the only way to survive. Incredible combos. With simple controls, amazing combos are easy to unleash, even for beginners. Every skill is special in its own way. Master your favorites and create your own fighting style. Massive cyborg bosses. Can you withstand the onslaught of attacks from terrifying cyborg bosses? Every boss unleashes flurries of different attacks. It's up to you to find their weak spot and tear them apart. So, this is a very interesting title, guys. Like, I've never seen anything like this before. Apparently, it's also coming to the PlayStation 4, and there will be a physical edition, digital just right now for the Nintendo Switch, but we still need to wait and see as far as further details go. But this looks interesting. I like the synopsis that they gave there. You are ICEY, you have to follow the narrator, but you can revolt against the narrator, and I do like the combos. I see that there's like a money meter here, so maybe you get more money to where you can unlock upgrades in order to get more abilities, and apparently people have already played this on the PS4 at some point, and this is being ported over to the Nintendo Switch. So I'm all down for unique and new types of games like this. It seems very different. I don't know how good it is, but I do love the art for the game so far. I already like the main character, so we'll see how it is once the game actually comes out. A little worried about the easy combat as far as what they said there. Is there going to be a challenge in this game? Hopefully there's some extra modes and stuff to where we can put up a challenge if you like to play your games that way, but we'll have to wait and see on that one as well. So what do you guys think about this brand new title or this different type of game, ICEY, coming to Nintendo Switch? Is this your style of game? Let me know in the comment section below. Alright, and moving into something that I'm very, very happy about. Splatoon 2 North American Splatfest results number 3 are in. Shout outs to all the Team Alucard boys out there, or should I say Team Vampire boys. Let's get into this article here. So Splatoon 2's third North American Splatfest has drawn to a close. Who came away with the win? Team Vampire or Team Werewolf? Well, obviously from that intro you guys know who won. Across the board, Team Alucard, Team Vampire won in votes with 54%. Solo matches with 51%, and team matches with 52%, beating out the 46 for votes, 49 for solo, and 48 for team when it comes to Team Werewolf. So a clean 3-0 sweep for Team Alucard boys. Team Vampires, let's go. First sweep I think we've had of any Splatfest at this point. It's always been 2-1, whatever category it was, whether it's popularity or anything like that. But this is the first clean 3-0 sweep that we've had. And Europe, I'm terribly sorry about you guys this Splatfest. That was trash, the whole toilet paper thing. I felt offended by how bad that Splatfest is. Who cares about stupid toilet paper on what side it is? What kind of stupidity is that? But anyway, as far as that goes, shout outs to the North American Splatfest because that was much better with Team Vampire versus Team Werewolf. And yeah, those Team Alucard boys, we took it home. I played a good 4 hours, or actually 2.5 to 3 hours of the Splatfest. Got some nice snails and everything. We had the crew on. It was a lot of fun, and some of you guys have probably seen the replay already that I've had or were there live. So a lot of cool people joined in, so a lot of fun. Thank you guys so much for making that special, to everyone who joined in as far as the Discord voice chat, to making the live stream special for everyone in the moderation. It was a great time as far as Splatfest goes, and I really love doing those. So we'll see what happens next time, but for right now, Team Vampire Boys, we in the house 3-0, and this is my second Splatfest that I've won. I won the last one as far as Team Flight Boys over Invisibility, I think it was, or Invisibility, one of those two, whatever. You guys know what I'm talking about. Team Flight Boys won that one, plus we won this one here. We only lost the catch-up one, and I didn't participate in the first, whatever, test run Splatfest or whatever it was. So yeah, we're 2-1 so far as PlayerEssence Village goes, as far as what you guys want me to pick, because remember, I didn't just pick this because I wanted to. I picked vampires because you guys told me to. I always hold a poll on Twitter pretty much the day before, so you guys can always vote. So make sure you follow me on Twitter so you can get in on the next one. So what do you guys think about this, and who did you pick as far as for the North American Splatfest? Were you on Team Vampire or Team Werewolf? Tell me how your connections were. Tell me if you were playing against a lot of the same team, or was it a lot of werewolves? I would love to hear you guys' experiences in the comment section below. Alright, and moving on to the next article here. The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. We've got more information on this that kind of went unknown a bit. The developers of the game actually talked about the Heroes Path DLC and why it was added in as DLC, the timeline, and so much more. Now, we won't be going over every single thing, otherwise this video would be super long, but we're going to go over some of the points from this interview. I think it's from Jux's video, a French website, and I might have said that wrong. Sorry if I said that wrong to all my French dudes out there. So let's go ahead and get into it here. This is from Mr. Aonuma-san, in addition to other people as well, talking about The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. So let's first start off with the question from the French website Jux's video here, where they said Breath of the Wild featured a more technical gameplay than usual, an aspect that is stressed in the first DLC, the Master Trials. Is that the new path for the series? And here's what Aonuma-san had to say on the matter. In video games, you need to experience death in order to know how significant the challenge is, but also whether you are able to overcome it. The notion of death is truly important, and indeed, we see Link die quite often, especially as vertically when he's climbing. It can also lead to falls. It was primordial for us to have this notion of mortal danger. That being said, I don't think the difficulty is that high in Breath of the Wild. Anyhow, you have to put a minimum of obstacles in the player's way so he can overcome them and gets the feeling of accomplishment. But in the end, you realize that with a bit of concentration, you're able to cross all of those barriers. And I honestly agree with Mr. Aonuma-san on this one. Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild isn't super hard. It isn't so hard to the point to where it can't be done. It's not Dark Souls difficulty or anything like that, but it's a significantly more of a challenge that we've seen in previous games. Enemies just don't stand around. They'll attack you, they'll flank you, they'll do different things. So you're gonna die more in this Zelda game than you have in previous games. And I think that's the biggest thing that people are kind of like shocked with, is that, oh, this isn't just a super cakewalk, even from the beginning of the game. Now, some people, obviously it was easy for them, but for a lot of people, it was definitely harder than what we expected. Plus, if you talk about the Master Mode and all of that, and the Master Trials, that stuff is even harder as well. One hit and you're getting knocked out pretty much for the most part. So I do feel that this has a really good balance of difficulty in this one. Now, moving into the next question, here's what they had to say. Why wasn't the Heroes Path mode of the DLC not included in Breath of the Wild at launch? Was this due to lack of time? Mr. Aonuma-san responded with, yes, it was mainly a matter of development time. We had this Heroes Path mode in mind from the start, but we couldn't seem to find the right formula, and it was going to take a lot of time to find it. How to show it, which reading mode to use. We didn't know how to implement it in the game and required some time, but luckily we have that thanks to the DLC. But there's another interesting point. If we had given that option from the start, players could have tracked their movements in real time and they wouldn't have been surprised, although they would have taken advantage of it. But here, the appeal is that you can watch your last 200 hours. And that's the funny part, because players will wonder, oh, is this really how I played? You're going to see the route that they've taken and what's left to discover. There's a discovery aspect thanks to the timing of the release of the Heroes Path mode. So honestly, I think that's also true too. It would have been cool if they could have got it out at launch. It would have been a great tool for players to play. But I think just some of the aspects of Breath of the Wild, being dropped into this world, having all these areas to go and just exploring, where you're just running across and you say, hey, where's that? Oh, where's that? Hey, I went over there. Okay, have I been over there yet? What's that in the background? So I think it was cool and kind of refreshing, kind of a throwback to the old school of just being dropped in and not having any of that. And then it was cool to be like, okay, I've already beat the game. I've already done all this. Where have I not gone to get these Korok seeds? Where can I go next? And then you can track back all of those hours and say, oh, okay, this is where I didn't go. This is where I didn't go. So I think it was more novel, and I think it was cool that the fact that they had it afterwards as well, because really, like, when I first played that DLC, and I saw everywhere I went, there were so many areas where I didn't go, and I collected hundreds of seeds, or a lot of seeds, because I use that heroes mode path to kind of go and see where I didn't go yet. So I thought it was a great addition as well, and they have some more DLC coming out too. I think they really planned a lot of things right. Obviously, The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild was an amazing success, sold a ton of copies, and is still selling to this point, still in the top NPD charts as far as the sales go, still seeing it in the top as far as Japanese sales. What do you guys think about Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, what they added with the Heroes Path DLC, the different things? Are you looking forward to the next bit? And I do want to briefly touch on the whole timeline thing. They did say that there's no place that they can officially slot it in at this point, so they're just going to have to wait on that one. Obviously, the whole timeline stuff, Nintendo just starts to go silent for a while. Maybe we'll find out later down the line. So let me know what you guys think about The Legend of Zelda and all the different topics that we discussed here. Alright, Ninja, that wraps it up for this video here. Go ahead and check out the links in the description below. We've got Facebook, we've got Twitter. Go ahead and give us a like and a follow on our social media. It really helps us spread the content of PlayerEssence across the interwebs in addition to YouTube. Also, make sure you check out our Patreon page, pledge any tier, be entered in to win some awesome prizes. Plus, we have Discord, voice chat for our live streams, and prize eShop tournaments. Also, make sure you check out our brand new YouTube live gaming page and consider sponsoring PlayerEssence. When you do so, it works very much like Twitch, to where you can get custom emotes that are themed to this channel, and you can use them in our chats. Plus, it gets you entered into my friends list to participate in our tournaments that we do have weekly. So make sure you check out the link in the description below and consider sponsoring PlayerEssence right here on YouTube Gaming Live. Also, make sure you hit that like button if you did like this video. Lets me know you guys want more content like this going forward in the future. Subscribe to PlayerEssence for the latest RPG, Japanese, and Nintendo gaming news. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you Ninja for the next video. Peace.